Hi everyone, my name's Samantha and today I'll be explaining how to fill out an experimental design diagram. Throughout this lesson, students will learn how to properly fill out an EDD chart. You'll learn how to form a title, hypothesis, and how to identify independent and dependent variables. The chart on the left is what your teacher will typically assign to you when performing an experiment. Our example experiment for this lesson will be which liquid will cause kale seeds to grow. Now you probably already know the answer to this, but I chose a simple experiment so it's easier to follow along throughout the presentation. To start off, an independent variable is the part of the experiment that does not depend on something else. This is the factor that the experimenter changes and causes the outcome to change. Our independent variable for this experiment will be water and apple juice. Not every experiment will have levels of IV and repeated trials, but just in case, the levels of IV are the changes made to the independent variable. A change made to the IV in our experiment could be how much water/apple juice is added to each plant. Repeated trials is the number of times the experiment is done for each level of IV. For example, on the slide you see 4 pots of kale seeds. 2 of them have half a cup of water being added to them, and 2 of them have a 4th cup of water being added to them. The levels of IV would be half a cup and 1/4 of a cup. In the repeated trials, because there's 2 per level of IV, the repeated trials would be 2. A dependent variable is the factor that responds to the independent variable. The DV is observed. Our dependent variable for this experiment would be the growth of kale seeds because it depends on the liquid added. Next would be the title, which is the name given to your experiment. You should use the formula the effect of the IV on the DV. The title for our example experiment would be the effect of water and apple juice on the growth of kale seeds. A hypothesis is a scientific prediction of the outcome. It must state the relationship between the independent and dependent variable. You should use the formula if ... then ... A hypothesis for our experiment could be if the kale seeds are treated with apple juice, then the kale seeds will not grow. It's very important to mention that there are no wrong hypotheses. I guarantee that your teacher will not take off points as long as your hypothesis is a statement, not a question. It's testable because the result is whether or not the hypothesis is proven, not whether or not it's correct or incorrect. Lastly, the constants. Constants are the factor that will remain the same throughout the whole experiment. The constants for our experiment could be the type of water, type of apple juice, or the brand of kale seeds. Anything that will stay the same throughout the whole procedure. Here are some additional resources. I hope this presentation helped. Visit internsforgood.org for more curriculums. Thank you.